Hello again. I've said before that I sometimes feel a bit like Winston Smith, the protagonist of Orwell's 1984. This is because I find myself constantly looking around when it is announced that the chocolate ration is to be increased or that the war against Eurasia is within measurable distance of victory and asking, do these people really not spot the lies? Can it be true that they've forgotten what was said yesterday? The news in Britain is full of dire hints that the coming winter is likely to prove the worst ever for the NHS. Here is what the newspaper The Sun said on July the 15th. The NHS must brace itself for its worst winter ever, experts have warned, amid fears it could reach breaking point. As the UK looks forward to coming out of restrictions, a gloomy report from the Academy of Medical Sciences urges for preparation now to avoid worst-case scenarios of up to 60,000 flu deaths. I give a link to this in the description to this video, and we've heard many similar warnings since then. By the way, I've no idea what is meant by the expression the worst ever winter for the NHS. This is a bit like talking of protecting the NHS or not overburdening the NHS. If 60,000 people die of flu in the next few months, then that will make it the worst winter for us, the general population, not for the state-run medical system. The NHS should be there to protect us, not the other way round. If lots of people get ill and die, this is a bad winter for us, not a bad winter for the NHS. I wonder if this talk of the NHS facing its worst winter ever has stirred any memories yet in viewers. I give a link above to a magazine article from February 2014. The magazine is Building Better Health, and I quote the headline, "Surviving the worst winter the NHS has ever seen." Okay, the winter of 2013 to 2014 was regarded at that time as the worst the NHS had ever seen. The next link I give is from the BBC, and it is dated March the 13th, 2015. Speaking of the winter just gone, that of 2014 to 2015, I quote, "In England, all the evidence points to it being the worst winter since the targets were introduced at the end of 2004. So that's two worst ever winters for the NHS in successive years. This is a bit odd. Now look at the next link from The Guardian for October the 31st, 2015. A&E faces worst winter ever, top doctor warns. Bed shortages and cancelled operations loom in NHS emergency. So now the winter of 2015 to 2016 is going to be the worst ever for the NHS. The next link is from the charity the Nuffield Trust. Winter 2017 to 2018, the worst ever for the NHS. And then the next one is from the British Medical Journal for November the 15th, 2019. NHS is facing one of its bleakest winters after worst ever performance on key targets. Perhaps that's enough to make the point. For over 20 years we have been told every single year that the coming winter is the worst ever for the NHS. Am I really the only person who knows this? Surely other people must realise that every single year we are told that the winter is the worst ever faced by the NHS. The question is, what are we to make of these claims? Why are they being made every year like this? One possibility would be that the health of the British people is declining and that mortality rates are rising. This doesn't sound likely. Life expectancy is still going up, and people in Britain are in real terms healthier than they have ever before been in the whole history of the country. Another possibility would be that the NHS is being starved of funds by the government, and that it is this lack of money which is preventing it from looking after us and preventing us from falling ill or dying. A third possibility is that this is something in the nature of a protection racket, and that the medical profession and associated unions keep feeding scare stories to the media so as to put the frighteners on us and force the government to hand over more and more money to the NHS. By this reading of the situation, it is only by menacing us with the fear of tens of thousands of deaths each winter that the National Health Service is able to extract so much from the taxpayers' pockets. I will leave it to viewers to decide which of these three possibilities is the most likely, and I shall be making a video about profligacy and waste in the NHS and why they really don't seem to have any money at a later stage.